Money Monday is one of our best programs that we love to discuss. It's everybody loves to talk about money. So wherever you are, just remember that Money Mandate, it's one of the specific programs of the 60P Stillness Awareness Club. And we're going to follow a complete formula for this every Monday. So Dr. Pina will be here with you, working with what we think is the best system, and also building the best system for you wherever you are. Money is kind of important. Also, part of what we do on the complete formula of the Stillness and Wellness Club. I can show you. I'm gonna show you a little bit so we can have a flyer right here for you. A 60P Stillness and Wellness Club. Let's build wealth, live in purpose, and leave a legacy. Today, I will talk to you about the school that we already established as a way to build wealth and see what the AI movement is doing, creating a community within a community that has millions of followers, which is make easy, to bring what you love to become a creator. So we're gonna talk about the school system, but also we're gonna have in the same tiers, how the way you can bring you and you can be back of and be part of the Stillness Awareness Club. And we're going to talk about the book of scaling, the scaling system by Dr. Benjamin Hardy, how influential this book has been through the process of our 60P. Also, we're going to talk about in the sport passionate pass, the importance of the long run. In the case of you can becoming a marathoner, triathloner, Ironman, how important it is to rest after a long run. We're gonna be talking about that. Also, we gonna come back and have the book of Total Money Makeover. And in our authorship path, is there a way that we can put together a system or bring in the calendar of school one course to teach, so probably things we're going to be thinking in terms of that today. So as always, we start with stillness, we continue with the scaling dreamer, we follow up with the creator path, the sport passionate path, the authorship path, and the thinker path. That is our model, this is our system. Very simple. That's what we do. That's what we want you to do wherever you are. Take you 60P, take you six paths all together in one session wherever you are. Do it every day, and you will see how important it's gonna be, how the changes you're gonna have in wealth, in happiness, in attitude, how important it's gonna be for you, for your family. You do that every day, something amazing will change, especially when we started the scaling dreamer pass. You can dream, who can scale whatever dream you have, and we have a science behind. So after my stillness presentations, I will continue with a prayer. So let's go, everybody. Find the best place, find a comfortable position, sofa, you can lay down. We also accustomed to do walking meditations. If you're in a safe place, you can do walking meditation. But this time, I want you to go to that place, special place, where you can be with yourself, alone in silence, and you can enjoy the stillness path. And don't get emotional. Don't bring up your feeling. Take away all sorrows and worries and any responsibility that you have that is like charging your mind and your heart, and you can feel this space. Just be there like the man of zero. Think nothing, do nothing, and be like into the bliss of zero, like we learned on our Pegasus group, The Bliss of Zero by David Data. So I want to bring this part that is very um, consonant with what we're doing. Go to the space of bliss of zero, go to this place of nothingness and just relax and breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. The bliss of zero, a man of zero feels, I love to be awake, doing nothing. I love to be alert, thinking nothing. I love to be aware, knowing nothing. I love zero. Now we know that we can be and go with David Data and the man of zero to that place of nothingness, to that place of zero, a place that we can love, a bliss of zero. Stay there in silence. Inhale, exhale, be there to that place of zero, the bliss of zero, where you love zero to be in zero. Stay there. Let go of those thoughts or emotions and feeling that you have. See them like in a fish tanks, different colors. Those are your thoughts. Let it be. Just be there, doing nothing, thinking nothing, knowing nothing, in the bliss of zero. Inhale and exhale silently by yourself. do nothing, think nothing, be nothing, stay in the bliss of zero. Okay, just come back to the awareness of this special moment of nothingness, of doing nothing, thinking nothing, stayed on the bliss of zero. Come back, bring your awareness to the present moment. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. Okay. We have a brief prayer after the stillness. Remember, you are in the 60-piece stillness club, and we are in the process of stillness and the path of stillness. It's mindfulness space where we start everything when we just do nothing, think nothing, and uh, know nothing. We're gonna bring Victor. This is a ministry bringing God and all His forces to you wherever you are. Victor.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Victor Catano, also known as Sir Persevere, and we have a prayer ministry that precedes this program, usually 4:45 a.m. to 5 a.m. And I just want to share a little bit about what we did today, which is very relevant to this particular moment. We talked about what God's principles being very different than the way we see things on a day-to-day basis. And um, rest and stillness is actually a form of welfare, of warfare, because it gives, when you are resting and submitting, you are letting God take control of the situation that you are managing while you are renewing and charging yourself so that you can pick it up again with all the strength. So we're going to read Psalm 4:8, which lays this out for us. It says, I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. So when we are sleeping and we are resting, we are still at war, but in the Lord's strength. And we are doing that sleep and that rest in the Lord's safety. So to say here, basically lay down all of your anxieties, your worries, your cares, because scaling requires a lot of work, requires a lot of energy, a lot of fast-paced movement, but you have to be able to find rest and peaceful rest in order to renew, to continue that with the consistency that you need to scale to your dreams. So, Father God, give us the strength and give us the peace and watch over us when we rest and we recharge. And let us fulfill our purpose, never losing sight of you, but resting in you when we need to. And we thank you, Lord, that you give us that peace. Amen.
All right, so we'll continue with that. It's amazing resting. Gonna be talking on this poor passionate path about how important it is to rest for athletes, and especially when we have a formula or a system that we do in the Florida Creative Florida Runner Club of Florida and the Creative Runner Living Runners Club of New York City. So let's go to the Scaling Dreamer and how important it's the book of um, Benjamin Hardy and Blake Erickson. So the science of scaling, in the scaling dreamer, we cannot imagine, and for you, I think one of the most influential books on the last 10 years in terms of the scaling and also about money, that is really brutally honest and use psychology and uh, group development and strategic thinking, and that bring a story and put together a complete science and a process and a training method. It's the science of scaling. You just go get a piece of that book, find that book, and apply that book when we talk about money. Because most of us in our whole life has been stagnated in that place of, yes, I'm gonna be rich, yes, I'm gonna have money, yes, I'm gonna be wealth, oh yes, I'm gonna take this company to this place. But we lie to ourselves, and we keep ourselves in the same place, because if we have small goals that we don't understand, that is not clear, if we don't bring our maturity, our characters, and if we don't put standards, a standard are beyond us, that is not into the imaginary, it's almost impossible to move to do something. Even when you place this stretch goal, these amazing goals, the big, audacious, hairy goal into our place, we find different ways to do what we do, or especially not to do what we're doing, because sometimes what we do doesn't work that much. So in the scaling dreaming, and also from 4/4 April 4, we started using hard books, and it changed completely. Us changed the team, changed the whole program. We completed the program. We finished the whole 60 people. We didn't know where we were going, and that's the beauty of the scaling path. Is you don't know the past. You don't know the new thing that you can do. You will invent it, you will create it. It's gonna be something different, for sure, but it's something that is completely uh, different, but also that is connected to that goal that you want to accomplish. In our case, I use the whole system. I have read the books like 7 times so far. We've written it back again in 60p in the Thinker Path. It's become really completely strategies. It's a full our life, and we become a scientist of how to scale anything. If you use the whole formula, you just go frame, start where you are, see what you're doing, and expand what you're doing to the x, sometimes to the 10x or 100x, which is almost impossible for any being, but for any business to do it. And then you have, if you have a frame and you know exactly what you do and you have your possible goal, you then increase the floor, and by increasing the floor you will see that is one of the most difficult part of the book, because it's not for the uh, it's not for people who are not ready or who are not mature, because it's, yeah, you have to bring your best to the best, and also there are things that you're not going to do anymore. And you know that you have to expand with the best partnerships, and you need also, that you have to be honest with yourself. And there are things that you will have to do necessarily if you want to accomplish your goal. All you need to bring is also your humanity in the process, the best people that can accompany you. Not necessarily us gonna be the best for the impossible goal that we created. Know the people who have the business or created the system gonna be the leader of the new goal that you have established. Because although the goal, it's a psychological goal, it's in your minds and it's in the minds of everybody, but the goals also, ask you to do stuff, or ask you to stop doing the stuff that we're not giving you results. But it's very difficult to move from that place of nothingness, of laziness, of being comfortable to the place of difficulties, of thinking and doing something new and pushing you to the next level. And that's what this book does. You do your frame, you do your floor, and then you focus. And when you focus, you feel really that you try to make this thing, one thing, as simple as possible, and bring and find the engineer, the doctor, the manager, the CEO, the people who's going to be the technology guy, the people who's going to be there with you just to follow the whole process. And it's completely changed. So the Scaling Dreamer today in Money Monday, it's important to bring Dr. Hardy to study his book, to study his system, and to put it into action. It changed the 60P. That's why we are now in school, and we have a new goal for school that I'm gonna, as soon as I go to the stillness and creative path, I'm gonna talk about that. But a scaling dreamer, you can build legacy, you can live legacy, you can design your life. As we in the 60P was one of the process and the purpose of the whole system. So you can go through the six transformative path and you can change your life. You can change that what you do completely, and through a specific and clear signs of scaling for humanity, for everybody. He has a system himself, his training platform. You can go to scaling.com. This marketing publicity is for free. Is how much he's given us and how much we are appreciative of what he has done. But the scaling dreamer path, I know that if you come to us at any moment through our membership process, you can accomplish what you want in life, in your business, for yourself, and especially if you follow the 60P Stillness and Wellness Club. So that's my take on the stillness scaling dreamer path, this presentation of how important the science of scaling of Dr. Hardy has been for us. So I don't know if any book of this magnitude will show up, will appear so far. I have the chance to see, study the most important genius of money and investment through the whole world, especially in America. All the gurus in terms of money, I follow them, and all of them try to talk about how to scale, because that's the key. I mean, how you go from zero to 100 right there, when you go to zero to a million right there. And we started with Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, the really manifestation guru from the 50s and 60s, who completely revolutionized the way we think and do stuff. And then we went to the highly effective habits of Covey, who talk about, you have a physical reality, but you have a mental reality. You have to make your priority first, bring it into the minds, and then when you put it into your mind, you can realize and you can bring it to the world. First is mental, and then is physical, and establish a complete effective way to do it. Then we have Joel Dispenza, who you can manifest anything you want, but you have to change your personality. If you change your personality will change your reality. And now, I remember that when I brought the scaling, the dream is the scale, science of scaling, to my son Camilo, who finished his BA in philosophy. He told me, just you have to read Joy Dispenza too, because the book of the superhuman, I think, is his book. And I said, yeah, I have it there. I have checked it out. I have read the introductions. We almost spent almost 2 years reading, work, doing his meditation. So we has his idea in our mind. Personality will change your reality, and because he's like there is a connections between Joy Dispenza and Dr. Haiti. But Dr. Hardy is more into the science, video psychology, positive psychology. I've been checking all the author that he mentions. Jordan Peterson in there in terms of how to influence the guy that you want to be, different from the guy that you are right now, and how you can see that person's moving to from place A to from B. I have used that for a long time in my Pegasus group, where the men's, where are you now, where do you go, how to create your future self. And then we have the book of Hardy, too, that be your future self now, and 10x is easier than 2x. I just got those two books too, and he is teaching us specifically that how you can change, transform your life, your family, your business by the science of scaling. So I wanted to bring you Money Monday in the Scaling Dreamer Pass, the amazing system, the amazing influence that the science of scaling is producing in me and everybody, and you who are there following the CTP Stillness Wellness Globe, you can do it too. Before I go to the creator path, where I will present the program, how you can be a member of us, and I'm gonna talk a little bit of the school and the new big hack that we have. I'm gonna bring Rosaura, Gregory, or Rosario, Victor. So, if you have anything to say about scaling, uh, the science of scaling of Hardy, we've been working on this amazing book and how important it's for Money Monday today.
Well, it certainly teaches you how to look at money in from a different perspective, and it's worthwhile learning it and following the roadmap that he has designed to increase our money our money flow.
Okay. All right,
Let's
Gregory, what do you
say,
say
oh,
about this amazing book?
I believe it stretches your vision. It encourages you to think bigger, and it encourages you to take risk that would normally make a regular person uncomfortable. But it is the journey; it's not the goal that is important, and I think that that gives great opportunity.
Yes. And what about Victor? What do you say of this amazing book?
so I agree with both Hosoda and Gregory. And, where I'm at in terms of, taking this book again in for the second time is, you know, scaling is very high pace and, it, you know, and it's stressful, right? But, you know, people could get lost in the notion that scaling means that you're just doing anything with a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of effort, right? But it really does require goals and a blueprint, right? You can only move high paced and really fast when you know where you're going, when you're following a road and a map, right? And so I just want to caution people that when you think about scaling, you're not just scaling anything, you're scaling something and something structured.
Okay, excellent. So I'm tweaking a little bit the chapter, the flyer as we do, and we're doing this live because it says Sunday, Monday, Sunday, something like that. So you have to check your, whenever you use your uh, system, to check it out very clearly. So let's enter into the creative path, and I'm going to bring something that we have in place right now. We, we put together the school, the 60 bit now it's on school, and we can share the school now, so you can. But we wanted to is to show check it out. Gregory, do you see it? So let me go to school, and in school we are part of who we are right now in the system. So we can see now how we are working on the system, who is bringing Austin and sharing and making this amazing community something that we wanted to. Most of the creator, we know how difficult it is to have memberships, to act with other members, to bring price to your product, to your teaching, to your coaching. How difficult it is to have a classroom yourself, a calendar, a membership system, and a leaderboard even. How to map where you are, what you do means that you have to have a lot of system in place to do that. And I pledge that now from now our big hope is 1 million by December 31st. Now we're going to 1 million per month on school by January 27th. Yes, you are there, and yes, we're scaling, and yes, we're using the systems of we are not where we are right now. We are increasing our floor, and we just focus on the 60p. And for sure, you're there. You're gonna become a member. You're gonna be part of this movement. You're gonna be part of the 60ppl 2.0 Academy globally. You're gonna this possible. We're gonna find a way together. Hopefully, the moment you come, you're gonna have your own contracts. You're gonna be doing stuff that you have never thought that you were gonna do, and you're gonna become the best of what you do. And we're gonna become the best of what we do, and we are the best. And we created a solid system for you to use, for you to follow, for you to take your pill. This is not a medicine, but yes, it's the medicines of the soul. It's the medicines of transformations of wherever you are. And we create this community that is ready. You can go, and we already have the one dashboard. Yesterday we were talking, we work hard on our guys. We have the hot seats for all the member, which is tracking what you do, what you say you're going to do. You say you have money, how much money you have. You say you're gonna have 1 million, how many cents you have in your bank, things like that. You say you're running, show me that you're running. Show me the tracking system that exists. Show me the followers on Facebook, on YouTube, on StreamYards. Show me how many posts, what have you used with your production, with your video on YouTube. Or you think the money is gonna come just from the sky and that's it without doing nothing? No, you have to do a lot of things. You have to do a lot. You have to be fast. You have to think fast, and you have to take the opportunity to expand yourself. And if you're sincere, mature, and you increase your standard and character, you can make it happen. So whatever you are. So I'm gonna show you how. So now you know that you can get us there. A couple of days, it's 5 days in the school. The whole academy is already in the school. So we're gonna check from time to time the leadership, so to see how our members are working, and we're gonna make it happen. So if you wanna be part of this of our program, let me go show you live how you can be part of us. And then, uh, Rosaura, how can we be members of 60P? Where do we start?
Well, Dr. Pina, we have 4 different levels and one path to get it. So we start from foundation. You start from foundation. Foundation is where discipline begins. You build the foundation of discipline, identity, and daily transformation. It includes daily 5 a.m. stillness sessions, as you saw today, The 6 transformative paths, the 6 TP, weekly Money Monday, as you're seeing today, the school community access, and an accountability system. You don't join a group, you become someone new.
You know, Rosaura, that for the first time, everything's like a make sense. So you know the accountability, how hard it's. I don't want guys you to be in the hot seats. You have to be ready. This is not for the faint of heart. This is not for the faint of heart. You know, accountability systems is really, really hard. And now we have what we promised, the school community access. So it's right there, and we're gonna put the whole system. And also, you can do your CTP at any moment, anytime. You can come out with 6 a.m., 5 a.m., 7 a.m., or your own time, whatever it is that you want to. Victor, what's the ascent? So then we have the founders, and we're the one who ascenders, the one who ascend to the next level. What is the ascent means? And if you can see, it's build the self, you know, come to the place of stillness, get inside, start the transformation in foundations. What do we do in ascent, Victor?
Well, for twice the price, you get twice the product, right? This is here where you rise with structure. So you go from just being someone who is exploring the benefits of the program, which are good at a very fundamental level. But this here, you start to really go somewhere. This is where structure turns effort into results. So a, you're just not a passive member of the group taking it in. You're actually starting to do things. This includes everything in tier one. It includes weekly small group coaching, monthly hot seat sessions. And boy, I've been on that hot seat and I know how hot it can be when you're not doing what you're supposed to. So you can take that as a hot seat for, to scare you away from your goals, or you can realize that you have to be better. And we will give you every opportunity to grow and to really be true to yourself as you pursue your goals. And you'll have a performance tracking system in place that will support that, and you will have priority support and access. Here in this level, structure creates results and consistency creates your identity, the one that you want to have.
Ascent is important because while you can do it yourself on foundation, you can come up from time to time to see what we do. But in a sense, you're part of a group, and we have the Sunday Congress when you're gonna be a member there. And you know, the when you be in the hot seat, make sure that you're alone. Nobody's listening to you, because if mom is there, if husband is there, wife is there, listening, what happening with you? You know, why they are mistreating you? So hot seats is hard. I said it hard, but also, you know, it's surprising because now you can surprise the team every Sunday on a weekly basis. And when we come to the hot seats, you know, usually the last Sunday we do it for hot seats. You can surprise, say, "Hello, this is what I'm doing. This is what I have accomplished. These are my numbers. This is my leadership." Because the scaling science, you have to show it. You have to be a millionaire, documented millionaire. You know, one of my friends she's gonna go for a PhD. Hopefully, she's gonna be part of the CSTP. You know, Brittany. He told me that she knows how to make documented millionaire, and that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna be documented millionaire. Oh, it's not like in the future maybe, and I can dream and I can say and I talk beautifully. No, 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 no. Are you running? Are you running? How many steps you have? Yes or no? Show it to me because it's easy. How much money have you said you're gonna have? You have nothing. Show it to me. Have to be documented. So documented, we have to have a performance tracking system in place, and we are doing the tracking system in every step of the way. And the tracking system now is very easy. You can have it anywhere, and it, like you can see the numbers in anything that you can. What about alchemy? What alchemy will give you, Gregory?
Alchemy is an opportunity to transform at depth. It's $9.99 a month. It's our tier three offering. Comes with everything in tier one and everything in tier two. You get the value of direct access to leadership. You get weekly closed minded groups, psychoanalysis, deep work, life and business design. We believe that identity shifts permanently here. Transformation becomes your standard. Thank you.
Here you're gonna have um, 4 sessions of psychotherapy licensed for licensed professional. You know, they have a value of 250, which is almost $1,000. If you gonna come to me, I do $199 per half a session. That's my fee. You're gonna have also a dedicated life coach to you, a certified 60p also, and that's like a great value. Coaches charges between 50, 100 to $1,000. So you're gonna have a certified 60p coach. You have a licensed professional. So 999 is almost nothing. Especially if you don't have insurance, this is a great opportunity for you because you're gonna have a coach, certified coach. You're gonna have a life professional, and you're gonna be also part of a complete weekly close mastermind specifically for you to design yourself. And the one that I love is the legacy, the lead, multiply, impact, build what our life view 15,000, 5,000 to 15,000 a year. You can bring your family, your group, your student, your executive leader. This is for leaders, executives, and organizations ready to create lasting impact, including everything in tier one, private intensity and strategic advisory, corporate PHM program, population management, which is the tracking system, supervision, leadership development, and exclusive retreats and high level access. Proximity to power accelerates everything. This is your 60p. Takes your pill. Come with us. Become a member. So, in that's our Creator Pass, the school system that we established. Very easy. You can start for free. You can start for 99. We start for 99 a month. So if we're gonna scale, we have to invest. We're gonna scale 1 million by December 31st. We have to invest. We are now there, and I hope that you can become a member anytime soon. So I'm gonna take you to the path of. Let me see if I have my flyer done. So Money Monday is amazing. 629, 26. This is Money Monday, episode number 21, and this is week 22. So we have 22 weeks on Monday on doing this. So what I can tell you is, and you will see when we talk about Total Money Makeover, when we go read the book, that completely changed our lives. So we have emergency fund, we have zero. Some of us have zero debts now, car, no car, payments, no credit card payments, all credit cards done in zero, making working on investment, working on paying the house, the student loan for some of us, giving more, giving generously, because now that's what it is. If you save $2,000 now on car and insurance, two cars, two insurance with almost $600, you can give generously. You can tip generously. So you can see me now with, if I go to a restaurant, as whatever is the bill, I just give the most uh, to the waiter, to who's serving me. I can say, okay, I'm gonna go $22,000, 22,500 to my kids as a stipend until he gets a job. And by the way, Gregory, Victor, and Rosaura, Camilo was offered yesterday or 2 days ago a positions as a teacher assistant in one school in 33rd Street in Manhattan. We're very happy, and he's very happy. Mom is very happy too. And he said that he manifested this, that he's scaling himself, that he's using David Dispenza things. So no, and that's for Money Monday. Money Mondays bring bring David Ramsey methodology. If you're an immigrant, if you're here, apply that. That's where riches happen. Forget about everything that everybody's telling you to have riches and to make money. Your salary, your income is your wealth making machine. That is amazing. Oh, I'm gonna use Bitcoin. Oh, I'm gonna use this investment. Oh, and I'm gonna do this. Oh, I'm gonna have. I'm gonna create debts. I'm gonna have $10,000. I'm gonna have my business. You're gonna go broke, man. All of us. That's what happened. Gregory, Victor, Rosario, we know you're gonna go broke. Simply use your tool as a system. No payment. Don't go the big card that usually we do. You know, save 1,000. Start with saving 1,000, and then you can save 3 6 months, 3 6 months of your money. Um, don't pay to the Toyotas of the world. Don't pay to the Teslas of the world. Get a Toyota for $5,000 instead of $20,000, $28,000. You know, have and then save, and pay your student loans if you have one, and then go for the house and give generously. That's the baby steps, and then you can do whatever. Most difficult is just have no payment at all. You know, no payment. If you have no payment and you have used to have 1,000 minimum or 500, even if you have 100, 500, you know that you're not gonna make it. So we decided to go into total money makeover, and it's been really 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 amazing. So that's the creative path. In Money Monday today, I want to work to you in the sport passionate path. I want to work into resting, how important is resting. Victor helped me out with a prayer of how resting is key. So we walk, run. Part of my contract, it's I want to run the 5 marathon, the global marathon, including Sydney, Chicago, Boston, Tokyo, and London. I done New York and Berlin. I We started yesterday doing our first long run, 4 mile, and I did it in the half of the hot seats. So I was becoming harder as I presented the whole hot seat concept, and we ran for 4 miles. So Mondays it's the long run. We start for four, and we go up to 20 miles of training when we have a marathon. So we did four because we have a 4 mile on the 4th of July, Sunday, this Saturday. So I've been training myself because I've been running 10 minutes every day, almost every day, with the sport passionates. When everybody brings the system, walk, run, I go really up and run it at 5:30. So I just do that just because of the importance it has for my global goals. Part of my impossible global goal: 100 people running with me the marathon series wherever we are. So I organize the Club of Florida, and I am organizing the Club of New York to accomplish my goal. So it's pushing me to be focused, increase the floor, and get what I want and invest that into my soul, my body, so that I can change and live 100 years plus, and use the science of longevity to our benefits. And as you know, Mondays it's Money Mondays, but it's also a money for reflections, and it's a money for resting. Usually resting is good, is where you recover, you can feel the pain, you can feel the pain in your muscle, you can feel the satisfaction that you went for, yeah, almost running Tuesday to Sundays almost every day, going to the gym, adopting and your passions of sport, your specific sport that you want, because that's part of your appeal, no, and go hard on this. And but Money Monday comes, you just relax and you rest. After our slow long run on Sunday, that we decided to do the long run on Sunday, you come back to yourself wherever you are. You just rest simply. Today's Monday. We're gonna do a lot of walking slowly. I'm gonna see my patients. Have a lot of meeting today. Thinking, I'm reading, I'm reviewing. Um, Whenever I have a chance, the science of scaling, checking the author, checking the ideas, but just completely resting, which means do nothing, think nothing, as David Data says on the zero man of zero. Do nothing, think nothing, know nothing, and there is time for resting. When you plan your training in whatever sport you pick, at least 1 or 2 days of resting is important. If you're gonna run, let's say Tuesday, Thursday, and then Sunday, then you can use a combined training with bike, going to the gym if you have a race in the future. But at least you have to have 1 or 2 rest days. So Mondays in that program, and then Saturday rest. You rest Saturday before the long run on Sunday. You rest Monday after the long run on Sunday. So you have Monday and Saturday. You have then Tuesday, Wednesday you can rest too. You can do rest for meditation, for mindfulness, for relaxations, to have a massage, for example. You go for a bike, go for a swim on Wednesday, and then Thursday you go into speed training. That's straight. Friday you do something. You can do your rest. You can do rest Friday and Saturday, and then on Sunday you go to the long run. But so to sport, Money Monday, and the sport passionate is the importance of uh, resting. With Now I'm gonna go to the authorship path, and the authorship path, it's um, in the authorship path, it's how can we create a system where we have our own 60p Money Monday, and what is gonna mean for you or for us. Well, this is the promise and this is the goal we're gonna bring to you in the authorship path, a complete Money Monday system, the 60p Money Monday system. Now we have it in YouTube. Now we have it in school. You're gonna see me every Monday, bringing the best. I'm putting together the best program, the best experience. I have now 15 companies and people on the Scaling Dreamer path. And I'm going to be discussing that, how are we doing, what's happening, how are we tracking everything. And also you will see how the members, you as a member, the memberships also come and talk about the Money Monday of their experience. I'm going to be interviewing people on Money Monday, and I'm going to bring the example of the companies that I call it the pilot research companies that I have. And I have 16 so far, one by one. I can see people where they are, what they are doing. You start where you are. You can start with the company making $25,000, making zero money, $100,000, having just a dream. And on Money Monday, I'm gonna bring that. But in the authorship pass, we're gonna be building, no, slowly, a book, a best-selling book for the future, about the 60p Money Monday, so that you can apply yourself and you can apply it in your family, because authorship is not about just writing, it's about becoming an author and giving a legacy. And if we can do it, I know that you can do it too. So remember, Money Monday, I'm gonna be here with you. I'm gonna bring you our own path to wealth and how we go and develop. And we're gonna bring also the best of the best for you. And we're gonna teach with example. You will show it to you. We're gonna tracking, and so that you can have the experience. But the system is gonna be, as of today, the scaling system for Money Monday. Um, I don't see any other system that might be as important as this, and I have most of the book that you can think about it. We have Money for Couples, for Ramit Seth. I Will Make You Rich by Ramit Seth. Also, it was the last books about it. The Money book of Tony Robbins, Mastering Money. You can name it. Be that they pull that and reach that is with me. Instant income, therapy, money for therapies. I have The Millionaire Fast Lanes. That book I recommend. Is a lot. I have it right here. So I have one, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. I have like 15 books that I will be reviewing, bringing to you the difference with the science of scaling in Money Monday. So in the authorship pass, I will bring you the books that work, the books that doesn't work, the books that are being tested, testing to make money. And Money Miner was gonna have an adventure. You're gonna love everything we're gonna bring, because we're gonna bring us to the process. So like Gregory, Victor, Rosaura, how is your money, your goal, your aspirations now put in place into the future? So which each one of us know that, oh wow, we have this big goal. Is it going to be possible? And remember, and this is the key, uh, you used time as a psychological tool, and you use the impossible goal as a strategic tool. But it's not for people to do it. It's not for the faint of heart. Uh, because we are so honest with what we do, what we say. When you are an integrated male, that the moment you announce your goal, you are compromised, you are committed, you're convicted, your conviction, you're convicted to that. There's no way that you can escape it, you know. But it's a mental tool. It's a mental tool, and not everybody wants to change their mind and do something big, because the moment the possibility of the goal itself push you to find selective ways and pathway and the best way to do it. But I always say it's a mental, and Hardy says, it's a mental tool. The deadline that you put to yourself, the goals, impossible goal that you put to yourself, it's a mental, it's an exercise, and that's that I believe is space. So without further ado, I'm gonna go to the last path, which is the thinker path. And I have we studied what this book is not, and we read that. And this is David Ramsey, the Total Money Makeover. I'm Dr. Pina, your guide master and 60p certified coach. And I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna read from the book. The book is not sophisticated or complicated. And I'm gonna read that paragraph only today. Okay, so hopefully next time I will read more. But let's finish with the thinker path and David Ramsey, the Total Money Makeover, a proven plan for financial peace. Get your book, and remember, most likely I will be working on the total money makeover and the science of scaling for my money makeover, in comparison with 15, 20 books that I put in together for the Money Monday. Is there anything that you want to say, Gregory, Victor, Rosara, before I go to the reading?
No,
Victor?
I think you gave a good presentation, and it's just I love the way we were able to culminate our work with stillness, our different paths, and how that all relates to managing money and finances.
Excellent. Okay, so let's go. And before I go and finish with these two paragraphs of the Total Money Makeover, let me give you a sense of the book that we'll be reviewing. We have by MJ DeMarco, the book, it's the Unscripted. This is Unscripted. We have The Millionaire Fast Lane by J. DeMarco too. We have the Ramit Sethi Money for Couples. We have Chris Hogan's Everything's Everyday Millionaire, How Ordinary People Build Extraordinary Wealth and How You Can Too. We have Building Your Money Machine by Mel Abraham. We have Instant Income by Janet Swisser. This is an amazing guru. Nine money mistake doctors make. So for doctors, and how you doctor can avoid losing literally millions of dollars by Vicky Ragner. That's for my people. Money matter, the fee of psychotherapy and psychoanalysis. This is for the psychotherapists not to be broke. I have also Money Master the Game, Tony Robbins. I will teach you to be rich. I read this book, gave it to everybody to put it on audio, give it to my family, to everyone. I will teach you to be rich, the journal also. 12 months to your ideal private practice, our book. That is money organizations for therapists. I have also my rich life. It's the journal, so how to go and do it. And then the book of the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's part of the Money Monday. And again, another copy of the I Will Teach You to Be Rich. And I have a couple more of books there, specifically like easy book that you can find anywhere. So I'm gonna finish with the book is not sophisticated or complicated. If you are looking for a detailed and depth guide to investing, you have not found it. If you are looking for a boring academic chirping that will put you to sleep using words only to support the author's ego, you have not found it. What I have discovered is that some of the most profound and life changing truths you will ever discover are very simple. In our culture, we worship the complicated and the sophisticated. If you know what all the buttons of your remote control do, you may not have a good one. In the financial world, we have been taught to be arrogant snobs. Some believe that simple ideas are not profound, that instead simple ideas are for the little people. That is false and arrogant notion. I have met thousands of millionaires, and in almost every case, they kept their investments and money philosophy very uncomplicated. Just this week, I was discussing investing and business structure with a friend of mine whose net worth is over $12 million, and his words to me were, "I always keep it simple and clean." Only the financial gurus like to complicate things for the sake of justifying their existence or justifying how much they pay for their education. Please do not look here for the detailed guide to set up an estate plan or a deep theory on investing. That is not what I do. What I do is help people understand and act on time honored truths about money that will truly change their whole life. And that's the book is not sophisticated or complicated. And it's the same that Hardy says on his book. I always keep it simple and clean. And he says, you know, complex system do not scale. A complicated system formula, books to sell you to teach you how to be rich doesn't work. This book of David Ramsey, The Total Money Makeover, a proven plan for financial peace that I'm reading and we'll discuss it with you Money Monday, among many others book, and especially now, the science of scaling. It's based on simplicity. This is what I do. This is how I'm gonna come to my $1 million. This is how I'm gonna go to my $1 million per month on school, and this is what happened, and this is the time, the effort I'm gonna do. Very, very simple. Complicated system doesn't scale. A complicated book about formula of academics doesn't make you rich. So we'll go with simplicity. And with that, guys, I will wish you the best. This is the 60P. This is the Awareness Club. This is your Money Monday with Dr. Pina, CTP certified coach, psychotherapist, psychoanalyst in New York, Florida, Santo Domingo, and Las Vegas, Nevada. See you next time with another Money Monday. And we're going to bring you on Tuesday, Victor Catano. And bye-bye.
Bye bye.